Welcome back to SourceFed. I'm Mike Falzone.
And I'm Steven Suptink.
Sure is. He sure is.
If you haven't seen the Facebook ads, Inauguration Day is just around the corner, and there's a good chance it'll cost upwards of $200 million. That's 16 times the price of Kim and Kanye's wedding, 67 times the price of Flo Rida's gold chrome Bugatti Veyron, and $199,995,000 more than Andy Dick has in his bank account.
Steven, what's a Bugatti Veyron?
Bugatti Veyron is a fine wine found in the floral areas of France.
For comparison's sake, previous inaugurations costed approximately these much. We adjusted for inflation, so here we go. Obama, $59.5 million. Ronald Reagan, you've heard of him, $44.9 million. And George Washington, who someone gave a cherry stem to, and 2-foot-long subs and said, hey, here's these.
2-foot-long subs after inflation now would cost $44.9 million.
So who pays for the inauguration? Well, it's private donors and taxpayers. They split the bill. They go Dutch on it. Hey, we're one of those.
We are Dutch, Mike, and that's okay because that's the way it's always been. It's an American tradition to spot half the bill for the inauguration, same with spending 3 months' pay on a wedding ring and returning pets when you're tired of them.
Whatever, man, if the fish can't jump through a hoop, it's broken.
This year, security alone will cost $100 million. About 100 square blocks are going to be close to traffic to create a safe space for the president-elect, and over 28,000 security personnel will be spread across the city.
Any remaining room in the budget will be spent on hiring bouncers named Eddie who will check wristbands and flirt with your girlfriend.
Even though inaugurations are 59 times as expensive as Scottie Pippen's private jet, they still manage to boost the local economy by an estimated several $100 million.
Hotels, local restaurants, catering services, limo companies, they will all get a big boost for business. Very big boosts. Huge boosts, the biggest and the best. And 1 million people are expected to attend. Okay, will they be celebrating or protesting? Doesn't matter. 1 million people.
On Thursday the 19th, after the traditional wreath-laying ceremony in the Arlington National Cemetery, be sure to stop by the Make America Great Again welcome ceremony.
So many ceremonies.
Trump said there would be any notable no-listers and tape for people to beware.
That's robot for oopsie daisy. Let's take this one again.
Trump said there wouldn't be any notable A-listers attending the event, but managed to surprise everybody by bringing out the band everybody refers to as the Beatles of the 90s. That's right, 3 Doors Down. Or as Mike calls them,
not Matchbox 20. Toby Keith, who's often referred to as the Beatles of the South, will be playing at the ceremony fresh off his 10-year-old feud with the Dixie Chicks.
John Voight, famous actor from Anaconda and often referred to as the Beatles of movies, will also be there, fresh off of his 40-year feud with daughter Angelina Jolie.
The Bruce Springsteen cover band B Street Band, which performed at 2 previous New Jersey State inauguration galas, has now famously backed out of this year's presidential inauguration in an act of solidarity to the boss. That's okay. If you can't get the boss, you can't just get somebody who looks like the boss. Imagine doing that at your workplace.
However, they did manage to get a cover band to cover for the cover band B Street, called the Back Pocket Boys, and they'll be playing instead.
Come Friday, Trump will be staying at the presidential guest house, where they've already lined the beds with plastic tarp, just in case that wasn't a fake news story, but it probably is because it was too funny. And then in the morning, he'll have, ooh yeah, yum it up coffee with President Barack Obama, and then they'll attend a service at St. John's Church.
Next stop, the swearing ceremony. Next stop, the swearing-in ceremony. Security screening gates will open at 6 a.m. Music will begin at about 9:30 a.m.
A little too early for Toby Keith, my opinion.
And opening remarks will begin at 11:30. Then 16-year-old America's Got Talent contestant Jackie Evantro will sing the national anthem. That's great and all, but we honestly would have preferred SourceFed's very own Candace Carrizales to sing her own version of the anthem.
Thank you, Candace. Then comes the inaugural parade on Pennsylvania Avenue, where several high school bands will play patriotic songs while quietly making fart noises in order to each other up. You would think Grand Old Flag is all Why is that the face you're making? You look like a meme. You might think Grand Old Flag is all muscle memory by this point, until Jeff from AP Bio starts, there's Candace, laying wet ones on your neck.
Traditionally, high school bands from the DC area play during the inauguration. However, according to NBC Washington, none of them have applied. Well, that's okay, they're fake bands anyway.
They're not all. Those are real they play instruments in a group. The parade is expected to be a little shorter this year, actually, at about an hour and a half. Here's a quote from Alex Stroman, who is something. That's probably a testament to the president's willingness and eagerness to get to work for the American people, said Alex Stroman, Presidential Inauguration Committee spokesperson. Excuse me. Yeah, let's all hurry up and end this party so we can get to work sooner, said no one ever.
And we're gonna end on that quote today. Thank you all for watching. We hope you learned a little bit more about how inaugurations work.
Let us know in the comments, do you think this much money should be spent on inaugurations, or should we just have them filmed in a tiny room with an iPhone? I'm Mike Falzone.
And I'm Creamy Chicken Market Man. See you guys later.
You look like a meme.
I can sit by my big marble fireplace while eating fondue and read up on UFO sightings from the comfort of my own home, scrolling through millions and millions of pages. Ooh.